of us in our life, we will sometimes be upset, okay, or we might feel a bit sad, or we might feel like, again, getting what we call stress, or we feel that, oh, I'm not happy in my life. All of us go through this, and if we don't support each other and help each other, and we don't know what's going on with us, sometimes it gets worse. I want to begin with this word. The word is mental. Yeah? Whenever I use the word mental, what do you think people say straight away when you use the word mental? Go on, let's be honest. Okay?
Maybe like crazy.
Yeah, that's it. Straight away, the next word after mental is crazy. And after crazy, what's the next word? Psycho. Yeah. And after psycho is nuts. And can you think of some other words? Bonkers, crazy. Okay, all these words, yeah? So I'm going to show you how Islam teaches, what Islam teaches us, and what sometimes culture or society teaches something different. So whenever I use the term mental, people immediately think, oh, this is a crazy, bonkers, not there, insane, all of these negative words, bad, kind of descriptions. So if you are imagine, if you are going through some, issues around your mental health, which is basically, you're feeling sad and down, or you're feeling stressed, do you think you're going to tell anyone about this? What do you reckon? What do you think? Will you tell someone? Oh, I'm not feeling good today, I'm not feeling positive today. Do you think you're going to tell people? Yes, no? No? Why not? Why not? Because, you're not going to tell someone, oh, I'm like I said, I've got some mental issues, I'm going through some hardship and difficulty, I'm feeling sad and stressed. You're not going to tell people because they're going to make you feel ashamed. And they might make fun of you. This is the interesting thing. Every day, on our phones, do we not send emojis to people? Yeah? What are our emojis? Emojis are based on what we call emoticons, or the idea that this is the emotion, the feeling that I'm having inside of me, and people are telling me, what's the first one, guys? What's the first emoji? Come on, tell me, what's the first one? No, this one, the red one. Okay, what is it? Sad, yeah? Sad.
Angry or mad.
Okay, angry or mad. Okay, what's the middle one then?
Neutral.
Neutral, not good, very good. And the one on the end is, what is that one? Happy. So can you see it? People have different feelings at different times. But, and all of us, we send emojis. Yeah, come on, we all send emojis every day. So we are communicating our emotions and feelings to people. Some days we are angry, we send an angry emoji, yeah? Some days we are happy, we send a happy emoji. And sometimes the brothers, they sell the kiss emoji. No, don't be doing this one, yeah? no kiss emojis, please. Okay? Anyone, don't send kiss emojis. No. But anyway, look, the point I'm saying here is this, that sometimes when we are feeling in the middle, like sad, if you are feeling sad, are you going to tell anyone that you are feeling sad? A lot of people don't tell people that they're feeling sad. But the Prophet, peace be upon him, he was so amazing. You know how amazing it was? That the people didn't have to tell him that they felt sad. Do you know how he was able to tell people that people were sad? Do you know how? Anyone can guess how?
Maybe from the face.
Oh, you guys are brilliant, mashallah, today, yeah? He would just look at somebody's face, and he could tell by their face whether they were sad. That's amazing. Don't you think this is amazing, guys? Yeah? And that the Prophet, peace be upon him, was able to do this, yeah? Just by looking at somebody's face, he could tell straight away that they were sad. And if they were sad, what do you think he did? Look what Allah says in the Quran. The messenger has come to you from his... And it makes him sad that you are sad. Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, remember, Azizun alayhim ma anitum harisun alaykum bil mu'minina ra'ufur rahim. The Prophet is sad that you are sad. Isn't that amazing? Okay, and then that you have received any hardship or difficulty, or that you are going through any suffering, that made the Prophet, peace be upon him, sad, and that he is anxious over you, that he's very concerned. He was very concerned about people, and full of kindness and mercy for them. So that's how the Prophet, peace be upon him, gave support to people who had mental health problems. Mental illness is not an illness that we see outside physically, it's in the brain. That's where the illness is, in the brain. because someone's had some, you know, again, some bad experiences, and they've had some, you know, the damage, or you could say the scars and the injury is here. It's in the brain. We can't see it. Just because we can't see it, it doesn't mean that it isn't, you know, being treated yet. And so no one is wrapping them up to make sure that they don't get affected by people. And in fact, what we do is we make it worse by calling them bad names, by calling them crazy, by calling them, you know, insane, by calling them nuts and bonkers and all these kind of things, and people then don't want to talk about it. And also some of our cultures, they don't treat people who are going through mental difficulties, okay, in a very good way. Discuss it with yourselves, 2 minutes, yeah? I want you to come up with the reasons why people sometimes feel that they don't feel happy. I don't feel happy, my life is not good, I feel very sad, I feel very down, and I don't feel happy about the future. Tell me some of the things which cause young people, and people that you know, to have some of those feelings, yeah? So if you can spend 2 minutes, yeah, discussing this, yeah? Is that okay? Do people understand? Yeah?
If you lose something.
Sorry?
If you lose something.
Oh yes, yeah, very good point. If you lose something that's important to you, and if you lose, then you might feel a bit sad because I've lost something. Yeah, okay, good point.
Maybe like you're worrying about something in the future.
Yeah, so you're scared about something in the future because you feel that maybe you can't get a job that you want, or maybe you feel that maybe you know, you can't even in the, you know, your house, you may have to change your house, or if you're a refugee, you know, a young person who's a refugee, then will I be able to stay in this country? There's lots of things about the future which can be very negative. You can see sometimes the news, we're seeing what's happening with all these fires across Europe and things, that get scared that, oh, what's happening? And so that can be something where you feel scared about the future. Yeah, very good point.
School.
Yeah, what kind of things at school cause you to be stressed or end up in the...
Grades, usually just grades.
Okay, so if you're not getting the grades that you want, okay, then your family's not happy because you're not getting the grades, and then sometimes people in your school might bully you because you're not getting the right grades, and then you might think, oh, I'm not clever, and so you start feeling negative about yourself. So yeah, these are things that cause a lot of stress, absolutely, yeah. Okay, go.
When somebody comes and bullies you.
Okay, yeah. So bullying is a big one. Bullying is a big thing that causes people to feel in that red zone, very, very stressed, and if you're getting bullied, do you feel like going to school next day? No, you won't want to go. Will you tell people that you're getting bullied sometimes? No, because you don't want to tell, because you feel very embarrassed about it. So yeah, bullying is a big one. Allah says in the Quran, a very important thing, He says, "Udkhulu fis silmi kafa," which means Islam, enter into Islam completely. What that basically means, I'm not going to be too complicated, what it means is that Islam teaches us everything. The Quran, Tibyanan ala kulli shay, explains everything. So everything is in the Quran. It gives us so much guidance, and there's lots of things in the Quran which teach us about, okay, mental health and how to be someone who is mentally strong and to overcome mental problems as well. So if you've got the word stressed and you put it the other way around, it says desserts. Okay, it says desserts, yeah? Anyway, the point here is this. The sugar and the fat in the cake, yeah, it makes you feel positive. It's like a drug. We did drugs yesterday, yeah? Sugar is actually a drug. It has an effect on it. So yes, it can make you feel good. But afterwards you realize, oh, my situation hasn't improved, and guess what? Then you start eating more cake. And then you eat more cake. And it becomes what we call an eating disorder. And kids have eating disorders, yeah? You know, you heard there's things like anorexia and bulimia and all these, and overeating. Because sometimes people are using food, and unhealthy foods in particular, as medicine. Because what it does is that the cake makes you feel better. It releases a hormone, it's called serotonin, and that makes you feel better. But it doesn't deal with the problem. But yes, eating cake is nice and good, and it can make you feel better. But if you are just doing that on its own, sometimes it's not a good thing. But what happens if we don't deal with issues?
They can harm themselves and other people.
Hey, this is it. So you end up in a bad place, you don't look after yourself, you can harm yourself, and again, it's going to damage you by not dealing with it. Because, as I said, one of the things I said to you yesterday is that the reason we don't take drugs, alcohol, all of this thing is haram. The brain is the most powerful instrument in the world. The brain, you know, this smartphone, you think a smartphone is powerful. The brain is, you know, maybe 500 million times more powerful than a phone. Not just not 500 times, 500 million times more powerful than the phone. Seriously. Because the brain, yeah, your phone only processes something like 50 megabits of information per second. That's what it's called. The brain is doing 500 million megabits of information per second. The brain is amazing. And if that doesn't work properly, then it affects everything. It gets worse. Okay. Yes. If your brain isn't working and you feel stressed, it affects your body. And that's why people start to overeat. That's why people also then, you know, get illnesses. It reduces their immune system, all of that. Yeah, at the back?
Maybe.
Yeah.
You could end up losing your iman in Allah.
Yeah. People then disconnect. They don't care about anything, and they don't care about religion, they don't care about Allah, they don't care about praying.
And then you have a lot of bad emotions.
Yeah. You have very bad emotions, which means that you feel sad, or you feel angry, or you feel, you know, the emotions in the wrong times, yeah? You know, and so your emotions are all over the place, they're not in the right way, yeah? It's hard being young, anyway. Guys, you know, like I said, it's tough being young. It is, there's a lot of pressures on young people. But it's even harder being young and Muslim today in the UK. This is a fact. It's hard enough being young, social media, peer pressure yesterday, trying to fit in, identity, belonging, family, you know, expectations. It's tough being young. But it's even harder being young and Muslim because we have to obviously keep our faith in this society when there's a lot of pressures against it. And I'm going to make another point. It's even harder being young Muslim, female, sister. It's hard on the sisters. Really, it's fact. So things are tough. You know, and there's a lot of things out there which is, and so we have to be able to talk and have places where we can talk. This is why the masjid is very important. And let me give you an example of hard being young Muslim. And I call it tightrope walking. Tightrope walking is this, you know, when someone, have you seen it? The tightrope, when the person's walking on the wire and they're trying to balance themselves. That's what you guys are trying to do. You're trying to walk across the wire and balance yourself. You're being pushed this way and that way. And you want to keep straight and you want to get to the other side. And it's tough because you're being pulled in different directions sometimes. Identity conflict. Who am I? Where do I belong? Am I British? Am I this? Am I that? People against Islam, negative media about Muslims, all of that. You know, sometimes I feel, where do I belong? Where do I fit in? Okay, cultural conflict, because our families have culture, we want to follow Islam, they're putting our culture on us. Sometimes the things in their culture are not very good, or against Islam and things like that. There's a lot of pressure for young people. It's a very important subject, really, really important subject. And what a lot of people don't talk about this subject, especially in the masjid. People don't even bring this issue up. But it's a really important issue. As I said, so many people are being affected by it. In our community, we know friends who go through difficulties. We know friends who've had emotional problems and they've had these issues. And so therefore, this is something which does affect all of us. And by us having the knowledge now and some understanding of this issue, it means that we are then able to help other people, inshallah. But most importantly, the masjid is a place we talk about all of these issues and problems so that we can help each other and support each other to be better, inshallah, and to develop ourselves stronger both in mind, body, and in our soul. And that means that we have a stronger connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Well done, everyone, mashallah. You've been excellent today. And inshallah, enjoy the rest of your day. Jazakallahu khair. Assalamu alaikum.